Welcome to the Lovecraft Tapes podcast. This is Case 12, Color of Lightning. I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, a sci-fi horror role-playing game. Your investigators of the unknown are Gabe as Roy.
That's me. Gabe is Roy, everyone's favorite character.
Matt as Rocky.
Yeah, it's definitely me. Matt as Rocky, everyone's favorite character.
And Brian as Pippa.
Did I have a showing? Who cares? I hope the boys are going to be okay.
The boys are back in town. Boys are back in town.
Character
Keep
arcs.
so long with it, and you must now crucify him.
Welcome back, Air Players. How is everybody doing tonight? What are we eating and drinking? There's been a request to hear about what we've been drinking and eating lately.
Oh,
So we must.
I have watermelon breeze and vodka in the solo cup.
Nice.
He is going to be totally trashed by the end of the episode.
You trash episode.
Trash.
Just have to record it all over again.
Matt drinking straight vodka. It looks like.
Straight vodka out of the plastic
Yep.
bottle. It's good. Sky.
I'm drinking his nose blood.
Jesus Christ. So
Irony.
delicious. So irony. Oh, the irony. Yeah, I'm drinking a nice cab. I was just in a red wine kind of mood, so.
It's not that nice. He
This
pushed me
is
earlier.
Glen Lyon from Sonoma, and it's quite good. The Boar is what it's called. It's quite nice.
I thought it was a lion.
And we had bacon and eggs for dinner. What'd you guys have?
Ooh, nice. I
I haven't had anything.
ever. He's never had
'cause
dinner,
I literally
folks.
got off work, came home, and hopped on here. So I
No,
haven't
you
eaten
didn't.
For like,
There was something that happened in between.
You've had water. You've had water
I
for
may have
dinner.
alluded
That's
to it.
I had chicken drumsticks, sous vide, and then grilled. And they were very good.
I had
Word
Five Guys burger and fries.
Oh, shit, yeah.
What'd
Give
you
me
have,
the
Matt?
fries.
your soul.
Yours, oh, yeah.
Give it back.
Soul food is the best, actually. All right, guys. Well, listeners, if you'd like to provide some feedback or praise or just say howdy, drop us a letter from beyond on our website at lovecrafttapes.com. And we did get one letter in the interim.
Yes.
This is from H. Prendable. Cool name, actually.
That is cool.
Who says, "Greetings from icy Antarctica. Avid fan of your research, eagerly awaiting your next recording. Do be careful. Wishing you well."
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Crocy. Crocy says, blood. It's what's for dinner.
If you see a husky, just shut the door and don't let it in.
Exactly. Yep. Well, thank you, H. Prendable. We'll definitely be not below the cabin, up the hillside, and assembling a spaceship on the sly. So don't look under the floorboards. Thank you.
No.
Never happened.
I live under the staircase.
The people
Crazy
under
birds,
the
there's no
stairs.
stairs.
Is that it?
I live under the staircase.
They call me Roach.
You want to keep it down up there?
Roach Arroyo.
Roach Arroyo. That's a good kid name.
I like that one. Starts with an R too.
That's why I liked it.
I'm so sad that Wes Craven died because he would have done the sequel,
Yeah.
The People Under the Escalator.
Just a puddle
To like,
of blood.
I wanted the people under the elevator for the real lazy ones.
nice. All right. Well, this show is brought to you in part by our generous fans and supporters on patreon.com/lovecrafttapes. And guess what, guys? It is that time of the month, so we're going to quickly go and thank all these fine folks for
time of the
helping
year
us
for Matt.
produce. Yeah, for Matt,
Bloody
it's the
time of the
year.
month.
So bloody.
You're number one too, bud. I
So
love you.
thank
Last
you.
time I tell you anything.
Thank you to Jordy Rose, Barry Robeson, Brittany Davis, Chris Parker, Elizabeth Grieve, Atulia, Madeline Turnipseed, Jefferson Bell, Brownie Davis, Eric Zane, Olda Polkert, Mitch L., Lobster Johnson, Wooder Ryan, Kyle Sherman, Frank Delventhal, Huge Pie, David Winterman, John Imray, Daniel Hissey, Eric Phillips, Malambra 57, Snow, Wild Pants, Daniel Caprone, Amanda Power, Dom Driver, Yasmin Amber, John May. Congrats on the promotion, John.
Whoop, whoop.
Bastard King, Dakota Smith, Davinia Von Zarevich, Eric Sederberg, Phil Dickinson, Robert Jameson, Maul, Boston Harbor Horror, Rain, Young Old One, Yog, A.E. Jonesy, Stephen Gregory, Liz Moonberry, Marty Dixon, Andrew Petty, Shane Stoley, Chainsaw Unicorn, Sheldon Warner, Gregory Schmucker, Captain Vashton, Rolling Boxcars, Flix Capacitor, or is it Fly X Capacitator? I always get that one wrong. I'm going to say Flix Capacitator. Jeffrey Young, Bifford, Hoser _21, James Brown, Holden Omans, Batran, Tien Tai, John Scarcella, Ineptus Astartes, Justin Levac, Phil Campbell,
Who's
AJ
that?
Ake, Tomas, John Konobasic, Kevin G. Matthew, Mick Cope, and finally Phoenix Black. So thanks, guys. Appreciate all that. So nice.
Nice.
For you. 69. What's that 69 for, B?
That's my temperature in my house.
Is it really? That's actually
I
dang
just
cold.
I just set it to that because it is unbelievably hot at the front of my house when the sun sets.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Well, before we begin, guys, guess what we need to do?
We need to run through the people who are paying that extra $1 to have Gabe make fun of their names, right?
Oh, right.
You
That's
ready
right.
for that, Gabe?
Here we go. And it is nobody.
Oh.
Matt Zealish is a stupid name.
He got me good there.
All right, guys.
Shuck you down.
So we need to roll some Sweet D because we need to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to use the roll function in this. Let's see how this goes.
Never.
Rolling the dice. 27 for me. Gabe with a 78. Brian with a 61.
No.
Matt with a 35. So it sounds like Gabe is selling to me.
Gabe. Yep.
This will be funny. Hey, you.
Well,
It always starts.
are you talking to me?
Yeah, that's why I had to get your attention in the only way that salespeople know how, by saying, hey, you.
Well, how did you know my name was you?
You just look like a you, you know?
You. That's how they call me. You.
Oh, I prefer yuzu.
You who is good too. It's a little chocolatey.
A little watery for my taste.
You gotta shake
A
it
little
up.
not
Shake it up.
milky. All right, well, you look like a guy who has constant nosebleeds.
Oh, yes, I do. And they come out kind of brown and chocolatey.
Well, it just so happens that I'm a guy who has more nosebleeds than any man in America or any of those other countries that I can't remember.
Like Uganda?
I don't remember.
Well, you who in Uganda? I'm just thinking of things that start with you. Utah.
Yugoslavia.
Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia
Whoa.
yourself.
We have a
I'll
good
take two.
we have a good way to make sure you're not late for your podcast endeavors in the future.
Well, I appreciate it because I tend to do that a lot. I'm a little late here and there. You know, it's that time
Yeah,
of
but
the
this
year.
it's really only for the nosebleed lates. We can't help you with the other ones. Just that's in our legal form. I have to say that.
Well, occasionally I'll get like these bleeds that come out of my pores and they'll just
Nope.
ooze all over
Nope.
the place.
Not
the
for
nose
us.
too. The nose too.
So that we can help you with that pour.
All right. Well, tell me about this nose pore thing.
So we designed this special bloody rag.
Does it come with
See,
its
it's-
own stick?
Yeah, it's pre-bloodied. That way you don't have to ruin your good rag.
Good, because I have a whole collection of good rags. They say I'm a hoarder, but I don't believe them.
Well, yeah, I mean, the average consumer does.
I mean,
And we know that the number one issue in America is ruining your good rags.
Yeah, I like to keep my rags neat in a pile where all the rats nest in them.
And it's the number 3 issue in Finland. They got other things going on. I remember that country, just not other ones.
Well, they got camping, hiking, and watching TV. I don't know.
And Moomins.
Sack lunches in the hall.
Sack lunches in the hall. Yeah, well, this sounds really up my alley, to be honest. What does this beautiful thing cost? It's kind of gorgeous. Is this silver?
No, it's white and then some blood on it.
What's this little shiny piece right here?
That's don't worry about that's iron deficiency stuff.
Wait a minute.
It cures iron deficiency.
Is this an RFID chip? What is this?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Now, so how we're gonna help you out is we're gonna make it a rental because we know everybody hates ownership.
I do. I really do. I like to pay a monthly
Like my
fee.
wife's always telling me you never take ownership of things, and I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Well, I once owned a ship, but it was really more a rowboat.
Well, that's good.
Full of rags.
You don't want to go through that again.
God, no. That was a nightmare. All the
So
upkeep.
these rags, they're
Yes.
rent to own if you want, but no one does that. So really, you can rent to own at a measly cost of $5 a month for 5 weeks. Or if you want that real renter's convenience, it's just $20 a month.
Ooh, I like the $20 a month thing. Yeah, I've got, to be honest, a little bit of expendable cash and just lying around. But my money kind of looks like rags, so I hope that's not bothersome.
Well, we're gonna help you out because imagine a world where you don't have this rag and you grab one of those on accident and boom.
Exactly, and when you get a little bit of the red stuff on it, I call it blood money.
Yeah, and if it's some of that Coke money that I keep hearing about on the news, that'd be kind of fun. But
Coke money? I haven't heard of this. How much is that a month?
that's you can't afford that. That's priceless.
It is priceless. Well, I'll tell you what. For now, I'll just do the $20 a month with the $5 add-on. How's that?
What? Tell me what's the $5 add-on?
That's where you take this fucking chip and shove it up your ass.
Oh, that's a good deal. I'll give you that.
Hey, it's $5 a month. Can't complain.
So how many can I mark you down for?
I'll take 1/2.
Well, how about 3 at $60 each?
Sold. I like it.
All right.
I like it. I'll add it to my collection.
Good
Rags
news.
are us. And we're back. What'd you guys think of that product under
That was
The
stupid.
dumbest thing
That was
I've ever
really
heard of in my
stupid.
life. I was fucking. Where these lowball? Where are you
were
getting
what?
these lowball sponsors from? Like, they're
You were what?
Don't pick on Gabe's low balls.
Kind
I
of
mean,
a
they're
medical.
really low though.
It's kind of medically
Like
problem.
he
Yeah.
can tie him in a knot and he can tie him in a bow. And
Well,
then
they
he can
keep
throw
getting
him
tied
over
in
his
bows on
shoulder.
accident. That's the problem.
Moomins. Well, guys, if we're being totally honest, that product under service was probably created by two lonely white guys stuck together in some godforsaken marketing agency in the Bay Area warehousing district of a crumbling metropolis. All day, they looked blankly at one another, trying to muster any empathy at all, even the slightest twinge of joy or hatred, optimism or disgust. But they are as empty as the plain white paper that sits on the table in front of them. No ideas, no hope, no recourse, but the promise of a bottle of booze that night. But just then, a bird alights on the ledge outside their office window and chirps a most beauteous song. It sings about faraway lands, fair princesses, valiant heroes, and wondrous riches spilling out of platinum coffers. One of the men, suddenly inspired, rises to his feet, fairly floats across the floor, and promptly slams the window shut, scaring away the avian intruder. Then he returns to the table, where the two remain for the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of the month, the rest of the year until, at some point in the far-flung future, they come up with an idea that's almost as good as the pet rock. Almost.
It's called a fidget spinner.
Now, dear investigators, we play Case 12, Tape 9, Opening Night Critters. Previously on the Lovecraft tapes. After a fitful night's sleep, Friday morning at Blaine Manor brings our investigators of the unknown together to compare notes and share mayo crepes. But the camaraderie is rudely interrupted. A rat thing, bearing a familiar likeness, shakes Roy's sanity, causing him to be less than useful when his friends are attacked. Rocky and Pippa join forces to defend against the disgusting beast, narrowly avoiding the sharp, pointy, biting teeth and razor-tipped claws. Emerging somehow victorious, the group wonders what this intrusion might have to do with the nightmares of the previous night, and whether Madame Starbuck's influence might extend beyond that of a mere mortal. Roy, you sit up on the wet, dewy grass and try to see through the smoke. Somewhere, a man is screaming in pain, and other voices call out for help. A ray of early morning sunlight breaks through the mist to illuminate a hulking shadow just to your left, only 20 feet away. It's a dump truck, turned on its side, the windshield smashed out, and the grille scarred black, pieces of the engine block poking out. Evidently, one of the lightning bolts had directly struck the vehicle, blasting it from where it had been parked and nearly launching it on top of you. Just a few more feet, and you would have been squashed flat. Holy jeez, you hear someone cry out on your other side. You okay, Ken? Bugsy Jr. stands nearby, hand held out to help you up.
I'm all right now that you're here, but it could have been kind of bad.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell happened here?
Well, I almost died. That's for one thing. The city might be hearing about this.
Are you okay? You look a little scarred up there. You got some black marks on your pants there.
Yeah, all that's new. That just happened now. None of it was happening before.
I guess it's good that you wore your black pants.
Yeah, it kind of helps it blend, but know that the damage is done, and, we'll see.
All right, well, jeez. Yeah, it just narrowly missed me too, but, oh, God, do you see the corporal anywhere?
I think he's got to be around.
And sure enough, you spot him about 30 feet away towards where the epicenter of the mist was. Pretty close, actually, to where you remember the well being.
Ooh.
Well, I see him. He's over by the well, I think.
Hey, Corporal, you all right? And you see the figure. He's just standing with his arms on his hips, looking out at something, unresponsive.
Of course he's all right. He's the corporal. Nothing shakes him.
Oh, yeah, you got that right. I got to call for some backup, though. And you see him pull out his phone and start typing in a number. And you hear this audible, loud squeal coming from the phone. He pulls it away from his ear. Ah, jeez, what the hell?
Well, I'm out. Backup would be coming today.
Oh, no kidding. You got a phone on you, kid?
I mean, yeah, you can borrow it, but I'm telling you, backup in this city should be occupied based on what I've been hearing around.
All right, well, let me take a look there. You mind if I borrow it?
Yeah, I'll hand him the phone.
All right.
The shitty phone.
The shitty clamshell phone. Wait, hey, what century is this from? Jesus Christ. Yeah,
Look, I like to be off the grid.
Yeah, I bet you do. And he starts typing the number, brings up, and you hear that same squeal coming out of your phone. He pulls it away and practically drops it. Oh, these things are the Fritz too.
Look, I'm telling you, man. All the backup probably over at Arkham, based on what I heard. I mean, the police really ought to be on that. Over at the college.
What's up at the college?
Wait, you telling me you didn't hear this?
What?
Well, I heard that there was some kind of nut guy who said he was going to blow it up today, and all the cops were going to be down there. Wait, do the cops in this town really not know about this?
What? No, Oh, Jesus Christ! I gotta get with the corporal, see what's going on here. Why don't you run up and grab him, and I'm gonna go see if one of my other guys has a phone that works. All right? I'll meet you over there. And
all right, I'll run up and I'll pick the corporal up and put him over my head.
Do a couple chin-ups. Yeah. And the corporal's just standing there, and as you approach him, you can see the expanse where the well once stood.
Ooh.
It is now a smoking crater.
Don't stick your dick in that.
It burns.
Or
Hear me out.
hot.
And this thing appears to be easily 30 yards across, probably about bowl-shaped, about 30 feet deep. And there's absolutely no sign of the well, the boulders that had crumbled upon it. Everything that was parked around it has been flung away from it. And you see more machinery tipped down its side and basically rendered useless.
Oh, man, Corporal, did you do this yourself?
Shouldn't have had that extra helping of beans.
He turns his head slowly to you with that cold gaze. What do you know about it?
Well, I know they were excavating. Or they were hoping to.
Well, I'd be willing to bet that's not going to happen today. What are you doing here?
Well,
anyways?
I think it already did happen today.
Yeah. What are you doing here?
Bugsy brought me. I'm his closest confidant.
Is that so?
That's what I hear.
Well, what do you make of all this?
Well,
this
near as I
lightning.
can tell. Near as I can tell, the lightning didn't want us to excavate this, so it took care of it for us.
So it's got a mind of its own, huh?
Lots of things do around here, and I think you know that, Corporal.
That's about the smartest thing I heard you said so far.
Look, you don't grow up around these parts without learning to accept a few things.
So, this strange lightning, just coincidental, huh? That came down from the heavens and blew the shit out of our equipment just when we were going to dig for some bodies.
Well, it might not be a coincidence. It might be. I don't know, but I'm willing to help you find out.
I appreciate that. There's some strange shit. Why don't you trot on down there and take a look around, see if you can find where the well was.
Yeah, I'll
If you wanna
look
make
for the
yourself
rocks.
useful. Any
I'll
kind
look
of
for all
hole.
those coins I threw in there.
Yeah, if you got any pennies, just put them in your pocket and save them for me, all right?
That you can't pick up a wish, Corporal, that it won't come
Hey,
true.
Hey, if it's heads up, it's fair game.
Okay.
It's our time. It's our time down here.
All right, well, I'm going to go find Bug. Which way he went?
Well, he was trying to call for backup, and the phones all went haywire. And I told him that I don't think any backup's going to be available based on what's going down tonight.
Yeah, why am I not surprised? All right, let me know what you find out. I'll be back in a minute. And he trots
All
off.
right, I'll see you, the corporal.
I'll see you, Ken Burns. Documentarian.
Formality's
Citizen of the
important. I
world.
don't know why the young people drop it like that.
All right, so you're standing alone at the edge of the crater that was once the well. What do you want to do?
Jump in.
I'm going to sort. Can you hear that?
You're gonna what?
Hold on. I'll give it a sec. That's what I'll do.
There's a dog in there. Go get it.
Well, well, well.
How the tables have created.
How the turns tabled.
All right.
Sure.
Well, I'll sort of I'll carefully try and get down into the crater a little bit, see if I can propel down. How deep is it?
It actually looks much deeper than you originally assumed. It was around.
40
It was it was about 30 feet, but it's actually closer to 50 now that you're trotting down into
30
it.
feet.
And
Yeah, but it's a crater, so it kind of goes like that, right?
exactly. Yeah,
Something
it's like a big bowl essentially. So
It's a
yeah,
salad bowl.
it's not a straight down shot.
So I'll sort of,
Sally Hole. Oh.
get down in there.
Okay. And as you go,
Oh,
you can clearly tell by the detritus and the stone formations that everything was sort of blown from where the lightning hit the ground, and it almost appears like it hit directly into the hole of the well, where you assume that would be, and where that is now is just really blasted rock down. You can see that a combination of heat and maybe some sort of electrical impulse has sort of melted and melded the rocks together. So it's very solid. There is no opening anymore whatsoever. And why don't you go ahead and give me a spot hidden, please?
What about the Fraggles?
Fraggle Rock.
I needed a 75. I got an 11. That's an extreme.
Well, that's
Nice.
fine, because
With the
all you
Fraggles.
need is a hard, so I guess that's pretty good.
It's good news.
That is good news. So,
So many innuendos down here.
I'll give you a couple more here. So you're looking around to try to find that hole,
Looking at
and you're like, man, and there's just all of these pieces of rock poking out, but you notice something wedged halfway in the dirt. It has a silver glint to it, just like a little piece of something half buried.
Well, I'll pull out my archaeology kit that I've had this whole time, and I'll sort of brush it off.
You're gonna
and,
pull out the Johnny Depp Sleepy Hollow glasses.
Yeah.
Pulls out the Indiana Jones hat. Immediately yells at somebody that it belongs in a museum.
I'm an archaeologist.
So you stoop next to this glint of metal and brush away some of the dirt, and it looks like it's the butt of a gun.
You said butt.
Well, I'll pick that up instantly and inspect it.
So you clear away more of the dirt and are able to, with some effort, unearth long sleeves.
Oh, snap.
Finally, some dick had to throw it.
I'm out.
But it looks like it's in pretty bad shape. It's going to require some repair to be of any use. So just keep that in mind. You're able to put that back in your inventory on your character sheet. And it'll have all the same stats and everything. But you're going to basically have to spend some money and time getting this thing repaired. So it probably won't be this scenario. Just
I absolutely do not remember the stats, but okay.
It should still be on your character sheet, actually.
No, it got removed.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay, I can look that up for you a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll do it at some other
Lost
point.
it. Delete all.
Delete everything. I see long sleeves. Oh, I see, but the things are, yeah.
Yeah, I just added that now.
Yeah. So it's got 8 plus 12 ammo. If you look in your gear and possessions on the right column, it's towards the end there. And I'll look up the rest of the stats for you later.
Okay.
R.I.P. Fraggle Rock.
And then I look further and I find short sleeves.
I thought about that, but I was like, nah, I'm just going to give him long sleeves. If he rolls. But if you hadn't rolled
A little
hard,
further, you find a monster.
I mean, if I needed a hard for long sleeves and I got an extreme, it seems only fair.
You needed
All
to roll
right.
a. You needed to roll a 1.
He found the extra clip.
I'll say, that's actually pretty good. Was there an extra clip on long sleeves?
Yeah, I had one, but
'Cause I think long sleeves was the one that
You had an
actually
extra
has
magazine?
the extra ammo. Yeah,
Yeah.
it automatically
Have an extended
does.
mag.
yeah, it was like attached.
I like it better if we say not too far away from long sleeves. You do find short sleeves, but it's a mangled, melted piece of.
I'm still gonna pick it up.
Yeah. Sell it on
Just
eBay
for
as a collector's
safekeeping.
item.
You could probably like make a little medallion out of it or something.
Yeah. Damn, it still got bullets.
I'll hit it with a hammer.
Ting, 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 ting. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I am gonna search for the. I mean, you say it's kind of visible. I'm gonna sort of like look down. Does the hole with the well, does it go down any further, or are we
Nope,
like at the bottom?
The hole is completely sealed up. You cannot see any portion of it.
Let me see if I have something I can kind of mark it with, just to let him know.
Short sleeves.
You have this pre-bloodied rag. You could just like
And a stick. Just shove it in there.
I'll
shove that
sort
stick
of
in
like,
that hole.
because I know that I know it, and I'm not sure that they know it. I'm gonna like take out my titanium spork that I've had,
Okay.
and I'll sort of like carve into it a little bit, just so they know where it is.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome. And then you see the corporal and Bugsy Jr. Come to the edge of the crater and yell down, hey, Ken, you find anything down there?
Yeah, I found the
Only room for
well.
one.
All right. Yeah, I guess when we get things back up and running, I guess we'll take another run at it. But hey, tell us more about this this problem up at the university. What do you know about that?
Well, I was over there and I just heard in the parking lot, and I reported it, but I never really got any word back. I heard some nut job in the parking lot in his van talking about how, tonight was the night for the job, and there might be some boom boom going on over there. I reported it, and I was told all the reinforcements were going to be there. I don't know how it never got back to you guys.
All right. I guess we got to check it out. I'll tell you what. The corporal's gonna take care of things here. He wants to take charge. No offense, Corporal. Why don't you come with me downtown and we'll get some other folks on this threat. What are you talking about?
I mean, I'm telling you, yeah, I'll let you know. I saw his van. This dude's the real deal.
All right. Well, we're gonna have you talk to some folks, and maybe there's a connection there with Tina. So why don't you come with me and we'll head downtown.
All right. Anything for you. Anything for the law.
I am
All right. That'll be good. So the two of you walk towards town, which isn't that far away. It's a mile. We know that. And the corporal takes control of the excavation, and you hear sirens, and an ambulance is coming to. Bugsy tells you along the way that one of the guys died. He was cut in half.
Oh, you always hate to see it in the line of duty.
You said duty.
Duty.
I did.
Duty.
All right, so we'll move along while you're walking to town. Rocky.
We're sprinting to town.
Make haste.
Rocky. For some reason, you're inexplicably nervous. Sure, it's been a long time since you've had to confront the advances of a fellow human being, but blast it, you've faced off against supernatural creatures, serial killers, and that one time in Lower Manhattan when you had to dispatch a nest of ghouls who'd been masquerading as a punk rock band but had been secretly eating their groupies. Though, we don't like to talk about Lower Manhattan, do we? No. So, why does Charlene Abernathy's attention make you simultaneously sweaty and, dare you think it, happy? Nope, that's not it. Sick?
constipated.
Delirious? Feverish? Elated? Maybe. Or perhaps it's just a biological reaction that belongs to this body and not to you. Besides, you have more important things to do just now, and it wouldn't be right to invite a stranger into this crazy life you lead. Yet, you can't help but wonder what she'll be wearing at the tapas restaurant tonight. Something summery, you suppose. A simple blouse with a floral pattern. Tight jeans, those dolphin-shaped earrings that really show off her pink lobes. Without realizing it, you've taken the elevator down to the caverns below Blaine Manor and are staring out at the dark, lonely expanse of damp rock.
First thing I'm going to do is, like always, make my way towards the mainframe, wheel the chair over, sit down, and run my daily video progress check and see how it's doing.
It's actually making pretty good progress. Again, you figure it's probably going to be around Saturday or so when it should wrap up from the progress report. And it's you can hear the hard drive thrashing away, and that's just about it. However, as you're sitting waiting and watching the monitor, you absent-mindedly reach into your pocket and feel something.
Do I want to know what this is?
Well, it's something that you put there yesterday.
Going to pull it out and look at it.
Oh,
Hey,
Nobody's around.
sure, you can do what you want.
Just
It's your
wait for
body.
my hard drive to power up.
It's that necklace It's that bracelet that Charlene gave you. You know, the one that has like her number etched into it. It's really kind of nice, sweet. You know, the way she has a way with the crafts. And oh, wait a minute. Didn't Carolyn LaCroix ask you to bring her more bracelets if you ran across them? She's trying to decipher that symbol.
yes, of course. Yeah, things tend to slip when it gets a little crazy around here. So seeing that the computer is doing its thing, I'm going to walk out of the mainframe room, look over at that door that I haven't been able to unlock, and just for fun go over and give the door handle a jiggle just in case. And
Yep.
then once it doesn't open, you never know. It might one of these days.
Pow, right in the kisser.
I'm going to head back out and up the elevator.
All right, cool. And obviously the university is a ways away, so you're going to have to figure out some way to get there.
There's this really great app called Boober.
It's a boat.
It's a boat.
Yeah, I'm going to take a boat. And the whole way there, I'm on a boat.
Champagne.
No, I'm gonna grab an Uber over
Cool.
to the university.
And you can request your favorite Uber driver if you like.
I'm gonna check and see if Carl is currently driving.
He is actually.
And if so-
He's in your neighborhood. He's a mile away.
He's
Cool.
hovering.
I'm going to
See his
see
little
if
car.
I can't get my buddy Carl to take me to the university.
And sure enough, within mere minutes, he picks you up out front. Hello again.
Oh, pleasure to meet you again, Carl. I was hoping that you might give me a ride over to Arkham University. I have a meeting with a acquaintance of mine. We have to discuss some things.
Yes, I'm happy to do that. That's why I get paid. Do you like reggae? Do you like reggae music?
I mean, it's not my top 5 favorite genres, but I mean, I enjoy it from time to time.
All right, reggae it is. He turns on the radio and drives away. And why don't you give me a spy hidden, please?
Woman, no cry.
Bob my head to the steel drum. I needed a 60. I rolled an 18. That's a hard success.
Nice.
Yes, it is.
So you are. That's actually really good. You're driving.
Picks up for last chapter.
So you're sitting in the back of the Uber, trying to ignore the reggae. Little Bob Marley goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? And so you're looking out the
No woman,
window
no
at
cry?
Arkham going by, and you see another Twilight Sideshow poster, but this one looks a little different. You can't quite make it out from the moving car, but it looks... All you can make out are the words "living doll."
Ooh.
Carl, stop the car.
Yes.
Stop.
What, is it too loud, the reggae?
No, it's not you. Wait, just 1 second.
Okay.
And I'm going to get out of the car.
no cry.
All right, there's a surcharge, but okay.
That's fine. I'll pay. And I'm going to just back down the street for that poster. And I'm going to rip it off of whatever it was hanging on, whether it was a pole or a wall or whatnot. And I'm going to go back to the car and get back in and say, all right, sorry about that. Please continue.
No, that's okay. I get paid for this shit.
Mind if I light up?
Do you like joints?
Well, I have several bad ones,
It's
but
not
the
a
good ones
Part
are
of
still
my
on.
religion. I have cataracts.
I thought this
I
was a
sprained my finger
Cadillac, a
once.
Cavalier.
So the Twilight Sideshow poster is pretty much the same design as the one you saw previously. However, this one shows a woman that looks just like a doll, but the eyes are very lifelike. And
Like a
because
doll's, oh, wait, no.
like a doll's eyes.
Like
And
a doll's eyes.
it's made up. It has, red lipstick and long brown hair, these long lashes, but the eyes have this strange, almost frightened look to them. And the way that they shot this photo, this living doll, and that's what it says. The text is, "See the living doll at the Twilight Sideshow on opening night only." And it shows like this dollhouse in the background, and you can see like the shapes of normal sized people who are towering over this figure who is just standing stock still in the center of the photo. It looks quite a lot like Tina Quinlan.
Well,
Has a
this
badge.
is
No.
interesting.
That's the badge. And that's where we're going to call it.
What do you have
I'm
there?
going to another poster for that circus that's opening tonight.
Oh, yes, the circus. Are you going? Do you have a date already?
Actually, no. I have another thing I'm doing. The Tapas restaurant is doing their experimental in the dark eating experiment thing tonight.
I have not heard of that, but it sounds interesting.
Yes, it's where they put you in the restaurant and you eat food, but there's no light. It's all dark.
And he slowly turns up the reggae.
They claim that by sitting in with the 1 star.
Bloop, bloop. And within just 10 minutes, he deposits you at the front of the university. Shall I wait?
No, this might be a while.
All right. Have a pleasant day. Thank you for the 1 star. And he drives away.
I'm going to pull the poster out, snap a picture of the doll off the poster,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to send it to Roy and be like, "Hey, does this look familiar to you?"
Okay.
And then I'm going to kind of fold it up and take it with me and start heading towards the doctor's office.
All right. Cool.
My phone goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that may not be received immediately. So, and true enough, you do not get a response back. So yeah, you make your way to. I'm trying to remember. Was she in the history department?
I believe she was history department.
Hysterectomy department.
Hysterectomy. Hersterectomy.
Oh.
Herstory. So yeah, you make your way to the history buildings and find her office, and as usual, her door is open, and you see her sitting, reading a book, her back turned to you, her feet propped up on one of the bookcases behind her desk, and she's got a book propped up on her lap.
Going to kind of lean in a bit and then just knock. I'll give the door a couple of knocks. Professor, I'm not interrupting, am I?
And there's no response.
I'm going to take a couple of steps closer. Professor, you were asking about more of the bracelets. I happen to find another one, and I'm going to like reach up and push the book down.
And you reach up and can immediately see that her face is blue and her tongue is lolling out of her mouth, thickened, her eyes bulging out of her skull.
Well, that's unfortunate.
That's a great response. Wonder what this book's about.
No, that's legitimately what I want to know. Is I want to know what book she was reading.
The book appears to be one of hers that she wrote, and it is upside down, as if she had been staged.
Well, I'm going to leave her where she is, and I'm going to very thoroughly scout the office, see if anybody has moved anything around, taken anything.
Make sure to touch everything.
All right, go ahead and give me a spot hidden, please.
I'm going to lick all of the surfaces.
Oh, I stubbed my toe. It's bleeding everywhere.
Oh, that was the wrong button. I missed. Whoopsie daisy. I needed a 60. I rolled a 9. That's an extreme success.
Okay. So the first thing you notice when you're looking at the book to see what it was that she was reading upside down is it appears that her neck is still quite constrained by something. You can see something sunken into the folds of her flesh, tightening around her neck.
I'm going to go around the back of her chair and see if there's maybe something tied off to the back of that holding her.
No, it appears to be something literally all the way around her neck, sunken deep into the flesh. You can see a little bit of blood, and of course the pooling blood underneath the skin.
Where's my rag?
I'm going to take a glance around and see that is any good professor who needs to be on the go is. She has her like a large leather bag that she keeps a lot of equipment in as their go bag in case somebody calls her with a find.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull it open, dig through, and as an archaeologist does, she always has gloves. So I'm going to borrow a pair of those gloves so I don't, touch anything that I shouldn't. And I'm going to go back over and very carefully kind of pull up on the fold where I think that is so I can see if I can't get a better look at if it's, fishing line or piano wire or
It's
some kind of monofilament.
It's actually the bracelet that you gave her previously. Somehow, all the way around her neck, and what you would imagine could go around her wrist is now encircling her neck.
What did you do?
Well, this is quite unusual.
Let me read that book again.
I wonder. And I'm going to take a look and see like what's on her desk right now.
So, with your wonderful roll, you do come across notes that directly pertain to her research of your symbol. And I'm going to go ahead and show that to you now, and you can read these out aloud for all the folks at home.
LaCroix's notes. Most unusual marking on bracelet. Snake and candelabra need more samples to compare and verify pattern. Pre-Columbian, but similar symbol to those found in the Peruvian ruins outside of La Paz. Research Abernathy expedition. Original manuscript in the archives here? Question mark. Snake charmer of Titicaca. Sounds like a bad joke, but Dr. Tarada in Boston confirms unexplained lightning strikes at Copacabana in 53. Starbuck? She's been here before.
At the lightning!
I don't think that's how the song goes.
Lightning!
Copaca. Lightning! Well, clearly this means only one thing. She was heading in the right direction.
Oh.
And if I'm to keep going on this, I guess we're taking a trip to the archives. I'm going to take the notes with me and just do one last sweep of the office to make sure that there's nothing else there.
Okay. You do so.
Worth
And
much.
Yep, you do so and don't find anything else of any interest. And you step out and close the door behind you. I need you to make a stealth roll, please.
Yeah.
This is not going to go well. It didn't go well. I needed a 32. I rolled a 62. That's a failure.
Okay, you gonna let that stand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So you slowly, carefully close the door. Click. And then down the corridor, you see a student coming around one of the corners. Obviously a grad student who does some research work here during the off season. And he stops and looks at you. Is she in? And this person is about, I'm going to say like 100 feet away. Like they're down this long corridor in the history building.
Tumbleweed rolls by. What?
Oh god, how do I do this?
Wilderness girls.
I'm gonna start walking down the hallway towards them.
Towards them?
Oh,
Okay.
you're looking for Professor LaCroix, yes?
And this person starts walking towards you too. It appears to be a relatively young, in his 20s, thin, tall young man, carrying a bunch of books in his arms, and he has a leather briefcase that he has in one of the other hands, hanging down at his side. And he's like, "Yeah, is she in? I just need a couple moments of her time."
I just came from discussing some things with her. We're old colleagues. She is there, but she is quite busy right now, and she has requested to not be disturbed at the moment. It's very important, something related to her research, and she's very excited. You know how she can get when she gets into it.
Okay. That's weird. I mean, it's her office hours.
Like I said, I can't really say much. But it is directly related to something out in Peru. Some old ruins, some new writings, something about a snake.
All right, guys. Does that sound like a fast talk to you?
Yeah, something.
All right, let's see it.
This isn't gonna go well.
Yeah, I was wondering.
I needed a 5. I rolled a 46. That's a failure.
So you can see he's very suspicious. His eyes are half closed, sort of looking at you sideways.
He falls asleep.
And he falls asleep. Boom. Sorry, pocket sand. And he says, I'm sorry, I didn't quite get your name.
It's because I didn't give it to you.
I'm just going to pop in and see if she's in. And
I'm
he
going
starts skirting
to-
around you.
Grab and push him up against the wall.
Okay.
Look. I'm going to spell this out, plain as day. She's busy with something very important that is of the utmost importance to the United States government. If you step inside of there, I'll haul you away to Guantanamo for treason.
All right.
She is
So
busy. Do not come back.
that sounds a little bit like, well, I actually like that. I'm not going to initiate combat on that. But I am going to force you to do an intimidate.
Intimidate.
I needed a 60. I rolled a 37. That was successful.
So
Thank God.
think we'll say he clearly is visibly shaking that you would even lay hands on him. And he just sort of stammers, "Where's your badge?"
Just look at him and go, chick, chick.
I still have the one thing I still kept just for the giggles. I have the little ID that we got from Delta Green. So I'm gonna pull my wallet out and I'm gonna flip it out and that's all I need, and then close it up and put it back in my pocket.
Oh,
Just long enough that he can see that it's like an official like government style ID card.
well, look, man, I don't want any trouble. I just wanted to see her. She said that she was going to give me some advice. I'll just check with her later, okay? God.
Now move along.
And he disengages himself from your grasp and keep backs away from you, keeping an eye on you the entire time. And when he gets to the corner, he practically runs the other way.
Tapas truck is out there.
And you can
Alright.
hear his footfalls echoing down the corridor.
That's not going to buy me much time, but it gets me some. I'm going to quickly head out of the building and start heading towards the library because I need to check out something in the archives. And on my way, I'm going to attempt to call Roy.
Okay. All right, we'll leave you there. Pippa,
Rocky. Oh, I plan?
as you drive back to your house, you feel different. Changed somehow. The encounter with the rat thing that wore your father's face has left you feeling oddly excited. Even though the spell hadn't worked on that creature, it had felt good to muster those forces again. Really good. The magic still tingled in your fingertips, and the runic symbols danced in your mind like yellow flame. Next time, you'd get it right. Now, however, you have an appointment to show the cottage. No, strike that. You have an appointment to sell the cottage.
That's right.
Full of confidence and dressed in clean clothes, you drive toward First Street. And so we're going to say you're driving along, approaching First Street. Go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
There it is.
And I'm just humming along.
On top of Old Smoky.
Oh, no woman.
All
will
covered
cry.
in cheese.
I needed a 30. I rolled a 41.
Okay. Letting that stand.
That's a success.
Nice.
You're not buying it?
Are you buying
Try
it?
again.
Maybe
Maybe he'll believe it if you say it a second time.
Roll to persuade the keeper.
Okay. That is a success.
See, he said it with such confidence. It has to be.
Yeah, I gotta let it ride.
Cool.
I can't
Okay.
push it, and it's too much luck to spend.
So, you're driving along in your Chrysler LeBaron, thinking of one day, this will be a convertible. Just one day. If it wasn't for that Jane Russo.
I start going, pumping myself up.
Nice. Okay, so you arrive at the cottage, which is very nice, but you can make it nicer. So tell us about your preparation to make this to be a sale. Like, what do you do in preparation to make this feel like a home before someone walks in who you know is on the hook?
And I do this at every home. A lot of realtors don't do it, but realtors do. I have one of those cheap $3.99 apple pies that you can buy that are frozen. I crank up that oven, I slap that baby in, and it makes the entire house smell amazing.
Nice.
It only backfired once when the guy was allergic to apples. But how was I supposed to know that?
You can't know these things.
You can't know these things.
Exactly.
Who am I talking
You
to?
can know these things.
So
Who is this?
that obviously is a great first step because it makes the whole place smell homey.
Yep.
Right? What else do you do?
I'm going to do a quick run around and open up the windows just a crack to get some fresh air in the home
Nice.
so it's not stale. That'll also create a nice breeze through, which will keep the smell wafting through each room. And then I go to the basement and light the 6 candles I need to do the ceremony.
What? What?
I will sell this house.
Nice. Anything visually?
The house is staged, but I have a company that does that. That stages the home. So I'm just going to tidy up and fluff the pillows on the couch and do my chop right in the middle of the pillow so it gets that nice V.
Those
on
aren't
each
pillows.
Can fluff my pillows.
Just do a quick once around outside, make sure that everything looks decent. Nothing's happened with the landscaping or anything.
Awesome. So, you're basically in there tweaking the pie, tweaking the temperature on the oven, and you hear a knock at the door exactly the same at the time of your appointment.
Perfect. I shut the oven off, take the pie out, put it into my thermal bag that I brought with me,
Nice.
and seal that up and leave it right on the counter.
Lovely.
Because they're going to want to check the oven to make sure everybody opens the oven when they're walking through the house.
That's a good point. It's that attention to detail.
Always thinking.
Nope, Jane Russo doesn't do that shit.
I'm going to briskly walk to the door, swing it open with a what do I call that?
A flourish.
A flourish of my arm. I welcome them into the house.
Awesome. So you open the front door and there's nobody there.
After I do the flourish, I look up and go, "Oh, hello." Oh, maybe they're looking at the garage or around the side of the house. I peek my head out real quick.
And as you do so, you notice something on the front stoop.
Chop.
It's your head. Joke's
In a
on
box.
you. Joke's on you.
What's in the box?
My head's in the box. I'm like, oh, well, that's peculiar.
And looks like it's a bracelet. A very familiar bracelet.
This looks like it might be a choker. Let me try it out.
It's just lying there on the stoop. Why don't you give me
Well,
a spot
that's
hidden, please?
Good. Hey, this time I did worse. I needed a 30. I rolled a 94.
Letting that stand,
Even-
I assume.
Even if I spent all of my luck, it wouldn't help.
Nice. Give me a listen, please.
Huh?
He's really trying.
I just don't have any good stats. It's not a character like that. I needed a 40. I rolled a 13. I'm very hard.
Nice.
Success.
So
I'm gonna succeed.
you pick up the bracelet and are like, what the hell is going on? And that's when you hear the hall closet behind you open very silently. Just a bit of a creak, and soft footfalls approach you from behind. You begin to turn to see who is coming, and something strikes the back of your head. You pivot because you listened so well at just the right moment to avoid any damage.
Ooh.
But everything goes dark.
I can't see.
Open your eyes, you dummy.
Oh, whew, thanks.
And
That was a close one.
you are unconscious.
All right. Roll for long sleep.
Long sleepies. So,
Night.
so Ken, tell my partner here, what about this van? What was unusual about it?
Down by the river.
Well,
It was ticking.
I mean, it's pretty simple. I heard the guy in it.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
trying to be all secretive. I guess he thought his van was more insulated.
Did it have like a dragon or anything on the side of it?
Well, it had like a wizard
free
riding a
candy.
unicorn.
Yeah, I heard that guy likes to park outside the elementary school with a bunch of candy.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that about him too. I just, I don't like to pry.
Yeah, all right. So you saw this weird old van with a wizard, and the guy had his window open, and you heard him talking.
Yeah, and he said that, look, hey, the cops are none the wiser. We're blowing this place up tonight.
Sounds kind of weird. What? They're trying to blow up the Miskatonic University?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I mean, I got to keep it vague as I can, but I don't.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did it have Michigan plates?
It actually, okay, this is the thing that will scare you. It had Iowa plates.
Oh, God. Jeez. I didn't think the militia was out that way, but, you never know. These guys get around. Must be the children
Those
of the
darn
corn.
Iowans.
Dang cultists.
Yeah, I mean, it's out here scaring me. That's all I'm saying.
All right, well, we'll go and check it out for sure. I think first things first, we're going to need to get you a bulletproof vest. You okay with that?
I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of this idea.
I just I don't like anybody doing ride-alongs and stuff without proper protection. So we're gonna get you a bullet. Yep. We just put this on, double wrap it.
All right. I heard the double wrapping it isn't good for it, but okay.
So you got two vests on?
Yeah, if you put two vests on, you can barely feel the thing. If there's a
No
bullet,
penetration.
a bullet,
Yeah.
All right. Well, come on. I'll tell you what. You and I are gonna head down there and see if we see any weird things, any unusual people hanging around.
Well, let's ride down there then.
All right, let's go, brother.
All right, let's go then.
You let me know if you see anybody or spot anybody who looks suspicious. All right.
All right, I'll tell you.
All right. Do you want the lights, the siren, the whole works?
You're really asking?
Hey, it's your ride along.
You know I do.
And he does. He flips on the lights and does the sirens straight on because you can see there are still some fire trucks and other emergency vehicles heading towards Blaine Manor with their sirens going. So he kind of fits right in, but you guys are headed the opposite way. And in no time, in approximately 6.5 minutes, you arrive at Miskatonic University. And it looks pretty, there are a few cars here and there, but it looks kind of dead. I mean, it's the low season for it. There's maybe some graduate students hanging around. Excuse me. But other than that, a little bit of faculty, and of course the administration people. Pff, those guys, pencil pushes.
What about the defenestration people?
Defenestrations, yes. The No, I won't say that.
Good catch. Good catch.
All right.
It's a family show.
I'll tell you what. Do you see anything weird? Anything strange, out of the ordinary? What do you think they're going to put? I mean, there's like a ton of buildings here. How are they going to blow the whole thing up?
Well, there's that main courtyard that exists
Well, that's
where all
true.
the students are.
All right. The quad? You talk about the quad?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
go
shit.
ranch it
There's
up.
some,
I once
some
streaked there, if
ultimate
you
on
would
the
believe
quad?
it. But those were other days, back when my dad was still around,
Oh man, did you get crazy stairs?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to go look over where that van was. Just around that corner over there. I'll be right back.
Yeah, all right. Well, I guess I'll meet you on the other end of the quad then. Let's do it. On
All
3.
right.
Is it 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3?
Go Wildcats.
4.
On 4. High five. And he
Up,
runs
buzzing.
off.
up high, down low, too slow.
He runs off to the opposite end of the quad.
I made it first.
You can't run. We've been over this.
Just call me if you see anything.
What should I call you?
Doing, Roy? What you gonna do?
Well, I'll go over to. I have a plan. Everybody knows I have a plan.
What's your plan?
So I'm gonna go around that corner and make sure I'm out of his sight line.
Okay. Yep. You're there.
And now, doesn't matter. I'm gonna just wait. I'll wait around a few minutes and then I'll go meet him. Because, I got this plan in motion.
Okay.
What's the plan?
So
I can't tell you the plan.
after a few moments, you go meet him in the
Plan
quad.
is there
He's
is
like shrugging his shoulders, holding up his arm. Yeah, I don't see anything weird. How about you? Did you find anything?
Okay, well, and I'll pull out busted up short sleeves.
Whoa, what
The
the hell
van
is
was
that?
gone, but I found this gun stashed in the bushes by where the van was.
That's a gun?
Well, I can tell they were trying to modify it. So these guys, they like to work on their own stuff. Clearly, they clearly didn't do a great job with this. But usually, the guys that are good at explosives suck at guns. That's what I learned when I was doing a documentary about it.
Huh. And he takes a look at it. He's like, well, that used to be a gun, that's for sure. Why don't you go ahead and give me a fast talk, please?
He said that?
Or persuade. Either one, whichever's better for you.
All right, well, I'm persuading them.
Well, then I'm gonna roll accounting.
I needed a 50. I got a 44. That's a success.
All right, Ken. Good eyes, man. Yeah, this is weird. I haven't seen a gun like this ever. This is a weird looking thing.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. These guys, they're whacked out, man.
Oh yeah, what do you think? Do you think like they tested one of their bombs on this thing and then blew it to Kingdom Come?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see. I just know we gotta have people down here. It's scary. I know they said tonight.
All
They
right.
emphasized tonight when I heard them.
All right.
They're not that good at being quiet, unfortunately.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go inside and talk to one of those administrators and see if we can use the landline to get some people out here. And I got to alert them, get everybody out of here. Will you mind just waiting for me?
Yeah, if you're talking to an administrator, I might be waiting all day, but
Yeah,
I'll wait.
No, those bastards. Yeah. So just meet me back at the squad car, or maybe the Tapas truck, lobster roll truck, whatever.
Yeah, I'll meet you there.
All right, I'll be back in 10, which means 20,
Which
Okay,
means 30.
which might
I'll
mean
be
30.
I'll be munching down.
All right, cool. I'll be back. And he trots away.
And I'll go over and wait.
Okay.
Is that him trotting away?
All right, let's switch back to Rocky real quick.
Rocky.
Rocky. Yeah,
That's
so
the name.
you make your way over to... you were going to the archives, right?
C.
Okay. Cool. So we're going to need a... Let's see. Her note said... I'm pulling that back up here. Oh, yeah. The Abernathy Expedition. Yes. Yes. So, yeah, you make your way over to the archives, and it's, obviously pretty dead right now. And you're basically just going to need a library use to find those expedition notes.
Too soon.
Extreme.
I needed a 75. I rolled a 4. That's an extreme.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, yep, with no help at all, you're able to go to the archives. And sure enough, it's actually pretty well documented that the Abernathy expeditions were essentially in parts of France, southern France. And there was...
Mimes. Oh.
Mimes. Just tons of mimes. And there was a...
Mummified mimes.
there are notes of a peculiar stone being found in France with mimes. And within those notes, the expedition does mention pre-Columbian symbols and also mention of manufacture of a necklace. And
I'm
that's
gonna pull my phone out and pull up the picture I took of the picture of Starbuck, and compare the mention of that necklace, the description, to the photo of her wearing a necklace.
yeah, it's pretty spot on. So you kind of get the impression that somehow either Abernathy stole the necklace from Starbuck, or is it happenstance that the stone was simply discovered in France in a dig, perhaps a crypt, but also Starbuck mentioned they had been in France? There seem to be some peculiarities there. It's enough to make you think there is some sort of link. And we're going to switch back to Pippa, who is coming to
3.
on the floor.
3, sir. 3.
On the floor, the open doorway of the cottage.
Doing the dinosaur.
Apple pie.
Yeah, you smell apple pie, actually.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? I reach back and feel my head trying to figure out what the hell is happening where I'm at.
And you can tell by the lump on the back of your skull that if you hadn't heard the intruder in time, you might have suffered a little bit more of damage than you did. And thankfully, it doesn't seem to be serious. There's no blood. And just a lump on the back of your skull, at the base of your neck. But where's your necklace?
I don't know. You're the keeper.
It's missing.
Son of a bitch. Good thing I didn't bring it with me today.
Oh, got him good.
I only brought the bracelet.
Actually, the bracelet is still in your hand.
Oh, snap your finger, snap your neck.
And you see the initials R+C engraved on the band.
At 4.
Tune in next time as we play another reel of the Lovecraft tapes.
RC.
All right, guys. Any thoughts, theories? What's going on?
Remote control.
I'm doing a great job. That's my thought and theory.
That's a good theory. Not really a hypothesis, is it?
It's kind of tested and proven hypothesis.
I feel like we're like halfway to understanding what the fuck is happening.
No, I don't think we will ever understand. I think we just gotta do it, you know?
Just gonna burn the fucking circus down. That seemed to work last time.
Yeah, I think Matt, you're right. You've got you've got a lot of clues. I will mention that you may want to go back and double check some of those notes, particularly the newspaper stuff. That'll help you connect up a lot of the dangling yarn. That should get you on track. And of course, you found out a little bit more today that also will help you out a bit. How about you, B?
I think we're screwed
Why? Why would you think
because
that?
my necklace is gone.
Yeah.
And she wants to. She already has 2 of them, I believe, if I remember hearing her correctly.
She has one.
Okay.
If you're talking about
Singular
Madam Starbuck,
sensation.
Yes, and maybe
Yes.
she knows the location of the other one. I thought I heard her say something like that.
there has
Said,
been.
ha ha ha, I am
there-
evil.
Well, there was some
LOL.
notes that you ran across that
Yeah.
indicated that there were 2. This was your father, actually, who those notes that he gave to the professor
Right.
said that, I found one where the location of the other 2.
The other 2. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So,
Well, if she has 2, which I'm assuming it's her, who else would it be? You know what I mean? She's gonna be very hard to stop.
yeah. Because you assume that it has some untapped power.
I'm just gonna move to Ohio.
Because
I could be number 1 in Ohio.
thankfully, that the necklace itself is not the source of your spells or
Right.
your power, but it has untapped power that
Right.
you're aware
I have
of.
not.
But
I haven't been able to tap into it
Yeah.
though. Son of Bish.
son of Vish,
True.
yes,
Shoot.
nice. I thought it was fun to play the corporal as maybe not quite the hard ass. Thank
Yeah.
you, Crocy. Why bother with dream manipulation when you can just bonk someone with a stick and steal their stuff?
That's right.
I was trying to think,
Bonk.
like, what would this intruder
Well-
use, too? Like, I wasn't quite sure what that might be.
Well, and I failed both of my 2 rolls at the beginning, the spot hiddens, because I might have been able to fight back or do something, but yeah.
Yeah, no,
I get
it was sort of, yeah, this particular pivot point was not defensible, really. So don't feel bad about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a necessary plot device. So this one was just a move to the next.
And I got to put a check mark on my character sheet
There
for
you go.
listen.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, you guys have been rolling pretty dang good, actually.
Matt has been rolling really well.
Yeah, I couldn't believe you spotted that poster. That was awesome. So,
Couple extremes.
Yep, some good stuff. Okay, now it's time for some hashtag Recommendos, where we share some of our geeky obsessions. Please roll T100. Roll T100.
49.
Nice.
85.
Lovely. So it's going to
55.
be Gabe, me, Matt, and Brian. We're actually clustered pretty close there.
Cluster.
Start us off, Gabe.
Funny. I'm going to recommend a podcast. No, that show sucks. It's called the Rivals Music Podcast. There's like a couple shows called the Rivals Podcast. This one's through iHeartRadio. I can't speak on the quality of other Rivals podcasts. And this is the one about music rivalries. I found it like a month ago. I don't know if it's done or if they're on hiatus, and I see from their upload history they've taken hiatus before, but it's what it sounds like. It's just 2 guys who are both pretty entertaining and pretty knowledgeable going over the history of music through its rivalries. And my favorite thing about music, I love music, and I especially love being negative about music. I'm a guy who finds negativity fun.
Okay.
And they delve into people who hate each other, and they discuss it, and it's fun. And I got to give the guys credit. They really do. They make good cases. They always try and make a case like why for both sides of it. Like they don't ever just be like, "Wow, this guy's just an asshole," and that's the episode. No, they always, they give context to where both sides is coming from, and it's just a very interesting way that they timeline the rivalry. I enjoy the show. I've listened to quite a few episodes. They have some that I don't care about, like the Beatles, and even those have been relatively interesting. Even if you don't care about the bands. But I just it's definitely informational. It's funny, but it's not meant to be comedy. So what they add is just good to have. But the information's really good, and I enjoy listening to it because I love a good music discussion. So that's the Rivals podcast through iHeartRadio.
Sweet. Cool. Bet you that's super interesting. I was trying to think, I was thinking the other day, like, the greatest song ever made was We Built This City by Starship.
True. But the How I Met Your Mother version is better than the Starship version.
I'll take your word for it. Grace Slick can do no wrong. That's all I'm saying. All right. I'm going next, guys. And my recommendo tonight is a film from 2021. That's this year, guys. This year. They made a film.
No.
No.
It is based on a video game. An Oculus VR video game. It's a movie called Werewolves Within. Directed by Josh Rubin, and if you have Shudder, you know that he also directed Scare Me last year, which was quite funny and hilarious, and that's sort of his thing. He's Josh Rubin is one of the old College Humor guys, a writer, actor, comedian, funny guy, and he has evolved into a really good director. And I had heard a little bit of jazz about this particular film. I really liked Scare Me, and upon rewatch, it was actually even better. This is a movie that stars a bunch of comedic actors. So, there are people here you recognize from other skit shows and other TV shows. It's really a lot of fun. It basically entails there is a new forest ranger in town, and he goes around and learns about all these quirky citizens who live in this small little New England town. But each, of course, is harboring a secret. And there is a werewolf going around the town, picking off dogs and people and tearing into generators and doing all kinds of cool stuff. It's a lot of fun. And it's a whodunit, so you're not quite sure who the werewolf or werewolves might be. It's a little bit like Knives Out from last year or 2 years ago. Ryan
time?
Johnson's. What is time, anyways? Knives Out. It's a whodunit. Knives Out, similar concept, but a little bit more jokey, I suppose. It's a lot of fun. There's a little bit of gore in it, but not much at all. And there's some nice suspense. Josh Rubin is just really good at building these sort of scary, sort of funny. Actually, really funny. I shouldn't say sort of. Small movies that have a tight-knit group of actors. And I just have to absolutely recommend it. It was, I think we actually purchased it, or not purchased it, but rented it for $7. Totally worth it. And if you saw from last year, The Wolf of Snow Hollow, which is another werewolf scary comedy, it's got similar vibes to that too. Another fantastic film. So definitely get Werewolves Within. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. You can't tell it's a video game. It's just a fun movie. So
Nice.
yeah,
You can tell it's a video game.
I can tell.
It's your
I can't tell
recommendo.
it. I
don't
can't
mind.
tell you. I cannot tell a lie.
You can't tell it what to do.
Yes. I understand that the original concept, the video game, it takes place in medieval times. So
Yep.
it's a weird kind of thing that they have.
It's
Kind of like
but,
Mafia or
Yeah.
Salem, but with werewolves.
yeah. It's cool. I really recommend it. So it was
all right.
just a ton of fun. I like movies that are fun,
I like movies.
I like movies. Movies are good. All right, Matt, you're up next.
All right. Quick 0.5 side note while we're talking werewolf movies. If you like those, there was one that showed at Sundance that I got on demand because they're doing it virtually called 8 for Silver. That's an excellent werewolf movie. If you can find it, watch it. In the main event tonight, I have a really very zen little mini indie game called Dwarf Romantic. What it is it is a building strategy puzzle game. So you start out with a small set of randomly generated hexagonal tiles, and you have a whole stack of your own tiles. And the idea is that you have to use these tiles to build out the landscape around. And by placing tiles in the correct spots and following the in-game challenges and little prompts, you earn points. And the more you build, the more you score, the better you do. But what's really nice about it is it's a really zen game. Like, there's not a whole lot of pressure. It's a really beautiful game. Like, literally the game is you're building landscapes. So you end up with things like forests and small towns and farms. And it's a simple concept, but there's enough there to keep you wanting to play. And it's one of the games that I keep going back to when I want to play something, but I don't want something that's really intense or something that requires a whole lot of concentration or focus, but that I can just kind of half pay attention to and still get some enjoyment out of it. It's currently in early access on Steam for only $9.99, and it is very much worth every one of those $10.
How many $10?
What was the name of that again?
Called Dwarf Romantic.
Dwarf Romantic. Is
Oh,
it
romantic.
Is it Tim Conway in it?
Yep. Just the voice.
Just the, he's on his knees the entire time.
Romantic.
Nice. Well, we'll check that out. Dwarf Romantic. I don't know. Yeah, that sounds cool. And Brian, I believe you're last, but not least.
Just skip him.
Yeah, it's nothing important. It's a device I'm actually going to recommend tonight. It's a keyboard.
Bloody rag.
Vibrator.
I got a mechanical keyboard finally.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Isn't it nice?
It is very nice. And that's why I'm recommending it. It's crazy, I know. Although this is the cheapest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I'm very surprised at the performance I'm getting out of it. I initially bought it for my kid because I need the wireless one for when we have movie nights and other things. So I figured I'd buy her a nice LED lit mouse and keyboard combo. And then when I got it, I was like, ooh, I'm going to swap mine out and she can have my old one. It's the EYOSO, E-YOOSO on Amazon. It's a mechanical keyboard, swappable keys, 3-pin. It comes with blue, which I don't care. I don't game a lot on my PC, but for typing and everything like that, it is so freaking satisfying. It's got programmable, well, not programmable, but switchable LEDs on the mouse, so you can have different patterns. You can have a solid, typical. It's a backlit keyboard with light blue, and then it's got LED on the sides that you can change also what those do. They can be solid, they can pulse, they can, run a pattern. But the satisfying part is the keys are so clicky. I don't know if you can hear this, but...
Is that a good thing?
Oh, just knowing that you hit a key when you're old and you learned on mechanical keyboards with a CRT monitor in typing class. Yeah, it's quite satisfying. And they're just more durable. If something breaks, you can replace just a key and not the whole thing. But right now, it's cheaper than what I got it for. I got it for about $37, $38 for the combo, which is very inexpensive for a mechanical keyboard. Right now, it's on sale for $28.79 with 20% off. So you really can't go wrong. If you need a keyboard and a mouse, it also comes with a small mouse. It is definitely worth it.
Cool. We lost your video.
I know. I don't know what just happened.
I think a mechanical keyboard.
We lost the video.
I think the mechanical keyboard did it.
There you go.
Taking over.
Coming back.
That was weird.
Oh, we traded places.
All right. What was the name of that company again, B?
It's EYOSO.
E-girl.
E-YOOSO.
All right.
EYOSO. I'm sure it's not Italian.
It is.
EYOSO.
Chile.
Could be Spanish.
The Italian-Japanese team-up still
it's
going
probably,
on, I think.
It's probably Chinese, but at this point, it's I'm extremely impressed with it. The keyboard I had before was LED backlit and all that. It just felt cheap. This one feels sturdy and it feels nice to the touch. It's very responsive. I like the easy switching of the LEDs, or you can shut them off completely if you don't want them. So it's quite nice. I was really impressed for $36, and now that it's on sale, I might return and get the cheaper one. Save me about $20, $15. So.
Cheap out, baby.
Cheap out!
All right, cool. Thanks, B. Well, that's going to be it.
Cheap out.
Cheap out. And that's it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening and watching, Crozy. Please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you prefer. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at lovecrafttapes.com with links to all our hashtag Recommendos and social media channels, including Reddit, YouTube, and our Discord server where you can chat with us in real time. Catch all that, B? You can find me on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes.
And if anybody can hook me up with a supplier of pushpins, red yarn, and cork boards, I think I'm going to need them. Hit me up on Twitter at TheRealWeirdKid.
And if anybody wants to tell me how great of a job I'm doing because I'm epic, you can find me at Lovecraft Gabe.
Who? If anybody wants to try a slice of my hot apple pie, I put some cheese on top too. Don't mind the mayo crust. You could reach out to me at Brian Podcasts.
Until next time, roll for Titicaca.
Nice.
It's good and bad at the same time.
It is, right? It's the worst and the best. All right, guys, that's
You
it.
said titty.
Thanks for watching, Crocy. And
Bye, Crocy.
Justin was there
Bye,
for a
Crocy.
minute, but I think he died. So
Yeah, it's Justin.
it's all good. All right, that's it. We'll go ahead and stop.